It is Sahaja. Sahaja means spontaneous. It is within you. You are not this body, this mind, these emotions, these feelings, these thoughts, but you are the pure spirit, the master. I bow.
Hello, this is Anna Mancini, and I would like to welcome all of you to Sahaja Yoga Meditation. Those of you who have been watching us regularly, we know that we are on every week, and we are trying now to become more active as our colleagues will give more and more programs and give their experiences of Sahaja Yoga. And what we would like to do today is cover a theme which is very, very important, and that is what is the role of the woman in modern society. This will be a two-part series, and for the first show, we are having as our guests two of my colleagues, Nilgun Bandari. Hi, Nilgun.
Hi.
And Heidi Stonier. Heidi is a mother, dancer, career woman, wife, you name it. She's everything. And so is Nilgun. Nilgun has her own job. She travels quite extensively and is married. And what we would like to share with you, of course, are our experiences as Sahaja Yoginis and just what Sahaja Yoga teaches or allows us to experience as women. And of course, all of this knowledge is expounded by Her Holiness Shrimati Jinirmala Devi. And very briefly, first I want to go very quickly over our chakra system, and then we will get into the deeper areas of which of these areas of the chakra system relate to the female and now actually gives us the energy of the female power. So first of all, we have the 7 chakras. We have the first one is innocence. Second, correctivity. Third is satisfaction. The fourth is the heart chakra. The fifth is the Vishuddhi. You can see the number 5 on the chart. The sixth, of course, is the Agnya chakra, the chakra forgiveness. The last one is the Sahasrara, which is the chakra of integration. On the right side of the chakra system, we have the male energy, which is the action, the connected to the sun energy. And the left side is the moon energy, which of course is developed in the females. And this is what we will be covering today. And of course, we have the Kundalini, which is really a very, very important aspect of the chakra system, because without the awakening of this energy, it's very, very hard to feel these chakras and the energies of these chakras in our system. Of course, awakening of the Kundalini energy, which is a female energy, we achieve what is called self-realization, and we will experience that after our talk. And let us start. As we said, our theme is women, and what is the role of the women in society? I think that in the present day society, we have so many misconceptions about really what it means to be a woman. And we would like to share with you what we've learned. First of all, Nilgun, in your experiences, what is it that you have learned in Sahaja Yoga that has allowed you to experience the before and after self-realization as far as being a woman? What have you learned?
One of the most important things that I have learned is actually finding myself in society and in myself also. We grew up in a society that we have to rush and we have to compete, and we don't know what we are competing with. And we always rush, we always run, always thinking, and always in this some sort of thing that we don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And after Sahaja Yoga, It is something completely different.
And why?
Because it is amazing to go inside and find out that I am not rushing and I'm not competing and I am not man. I can do so many things in amazing way and I don't have to be I don't have to be the man. And that is, but it only establishes after the Kundalini energy really works through us in a sincere, with our sincerity. And we have to really respect it. We have to, when we see it, we have to have the pure intelligence. We have to have emotional intelligence to understand exactly what it is inside. And then be honest to ourselves. Yes, this is what I have. And I am getting stick to it. And I want to learn who I am. And I want to be the one who I want to be. Not the one who is all the time running. Not the one who is all the time thinking. Not the one who is all the time complaining that I don't have enough time for myself. But life is not like that. Life is so much simpler, so much pure, so much better.
And as far as your self-realization, how has it allowed you to see the difference and experience the difference being a woman, being female, the before realization and after? What were those specific things that changed within you to make you realize how different you were as a woman before and what it has taught you after your self-realization?
Number one, before Sahaja Yoga, I never noticed that there is a difference to be a woman and man. You are right there. You are on this earth.
That's modern day life. We all feel like that.
I went to a school with so many boys. I went to engineering school, which is all boys actually. So you don't notice what you are at all. And then you are accustomed to run. And you have to be in that man-dominated society in the work atmosphere, actually, if you're working in construction type of places.
Which I know you did.
Which I am. And I kind of never felt that I have woman qualities. And I never knew that I can use them, that I am. But this woman qualities is not that, it is a sincere, it's chastity. It is inside. It is nothing that you use your feminine powers in the misguided way that it shows on the television programs, that in this, you know, the way you dress, the way you talk, you use your woman powers in a you misuse them, put it that way.
Exactly.
But for me, it was an amazing journey to find out individual, all these little bit things that, you know, I can decorate better, I can do things nicer, and I can multitask so much better. And the qualities of soothingness and all this great, you know, the like clear water. It's just, it's so much different than what I have been before.
Everything runs smoother.
And then we have a great example, actually, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. It's a great example to see in front of you because we don't have too many great examples to take an example and to follow after.
Of what it means to be a woman.
Yes, what it means to be a woman. She is right now 3 years old, still traveling all around the world. She has done all the work and without taking any money from anyone.
Exactly.
And she's a full, complete woman when you meet her, when you feel her. And it's an amazing experience to have at least one example in our lives.
Exactly.
To follow after.
And I like what you said about Shrimataji being the complete woman, because I myself have been in Sahaja Yoga since 1983, and I had so many problems and misconceptions about what it meant to be a woman, you know, being liberated, and which we'll cover also because there is importance in that, but there's also some areas where it has gone wrong, but we'll cover that in a minute. But what you said about Mother being a complete woman and what we've learned from that, Heidi, how does that pertain in your life as a wife, as a mother, as even career woman? What is it that are your experiences, the before and after of self-realization, what you've learned as a woman in Sahaja Yoga?
Well, I feel from what Nilgun just said that I have to say that when I first saw Shri Mataji, I went to a hall to hear her speak, and I started crying. And it is precisely for this reason, I believe, other than I had some recognition on a spiritual level of who she was. It was just that here was this woman, a grandmother, mother, walking down the aisle, and here was thousands of people just coming to hear her, to see what she had to say, to revere her, and to uh, to change. And it was very powerful for me that she was not a fashion model walking down. She was not a
Exactly.
superstar.
Mhm.
She had no makeup. She was just a woman.
She emanated all of these incredible,
Incredible
feminine
qualities, and none of
feminine qualities.
the superficial veneer that I had been brought up on.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
so I think that was my first change. And then there were many from that. And in line with that, I feel that I personally went from being superficially oriented. My identification with being female was how I looked and how people looked at me, how I behaved, you know, if I pleased people, if they, you know, it was all very much
Right.
external. And when I started to meditate, it became an inner sense of who I really was. And that changed so many things.
Right.
It changed my marriage. I was very much before that restless, you know, dissatisfied, looking to my
Most of us
husband.
were, yeah.
Looking to my husband, he
Mhm,
was
mhm.
not adding up, you know, because he wasn't doing X, Y, and Z, and
Or
I
accomplishing something.
yeah,
or
I was
making
so
money.
and we did not have. And I remember I asked Srimataji a question in that program where I saw her. She addressed the issue of women, and
Yeah.
she just, I felt like she nailed me to the wall with her description of an American woman, and I was really upset,
Yeah.
you know. And I asked Srimataji in front of all those people. I don't know. I guess I lost all my inhibitions. But I said, you know, I'm very angry with my husband, and I understand what you're saying, but, and she just started laughing. She said, sit down. When you come into Sahaja Yoga, your marriage will be sweet. You'll see.
Mhm.
And I couldn't believe she said that, because sweet was the farthest
Sure.
thing from my mind about what my marriage would be. But it has become sweet, incredibly sweet. And I know it's because I brought my attention inside. I stopped, I forgave. You learn forgiveness. I took personal responsibility. I became my own master. I did not look to my husband or elsewhere.
Mhm.
And
You look at within yourself.
I looked within myself.
Exactly.
And so
That's where all the answers are.
that was such a great gift, you
Yes.
know, that was such a great gift.
The same thing with me. Like I said, I've been in Sahaja Yoga since 1983, and before Sahaja Yoga, I was smoking practically 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I had a
Wow.
beautiful son, a wonderful husband, and yet I had all this aggression within me. Aggression, a lack of satisfaction. And this aggression eventually also, you know, turned towards my family and people I dealt with because I was not satisfied in my life. And even though I really wanted to, you know, share my love and communicate with my family, and I did try the best that I could, but I didn't have that certain something that was giving me that satisfaction. And I knew that it had to be because I was a woman. First of all, as a human being, but then also as a woman, because I know that I was a mother and a wife, and yet I was not doing it correctly. And just because I was so dissatisfied. And again, with my self-realization, and with Mother telling us about what the true qualities of the females are, it slowly, the aggression started to leave. And I could really truly look at my son and my husband in a very detached way and just look at them as a witness, because little by, it took a while, but little by little, that aggression, that dominating factor that exists in so many modern women slowly left. And this is really one of the most important things of the modern woman, the aggression, that dominating personality. And this is what Shrimataji has said is causing so many problems in the society today. Of course, I'm not saying that is the only factor. We have so many things going on in Iraq, the political arena, so many problems of modern society. But one of the most important factors that Her Holiness does state is that as women, we must understand that we have these roots that we need to nurture of our feminine aspect. And in Sahaja Yoga, these feminine aspects are reawakened. So let's talk a little bit about how which area of the chakra system actually pertains to the female energy and what it does when we clear these areas. The left side, Anil will indicate on the left side, the blue channel that the audience will look at actually is the moon energy that contains all of our emotions, our desires, the memories. Any emotion is contained in that area. Also, we have an area called the left nabi, the area which is in the left area of the stomach. The left nabi has to do with the woman as being the housewife, all of those qualities that pertain to the mother, the housewife, the one who keeps the balance in society. And then one more important thing, of course, is the kundalini. Now, the kundalini energy itself is feminine, okay? The qualities of the kundalini are nurturing qualities, mothering qualities, and what happens in all of us, not only in the women, but also in humanity in general, is that these centers are not nourished. So Mother has explained very well that in the women, when we become too aggressive, too dominating, what happens is that left side becomes very, very imbalanced. And so we forget these qualities. And as a result, we're becoming what's called too right-sided. So we become very manly, dominating. We become very, very success-oriented, money-oriented. Not that there's anything wrong with money or success, but when it goes to an extreme, as it is in this society, we have to be careful. So these three areas in our chakra system get replenished by our self-realization, and as a result, the kundalini starts becoming more powerful. Kundalini is female, mind you, so that as a mother energy, she's ready to purify us, cleanse us, take away all of these conditionings that we have as women and as men, of course, also. But keeping in context with this program is how the kundalini and these areas take us back to our roots as females. Just what happens when we get our realization and these feminine qualities start being reborn. Tell us a little bit, Nilgun. What happens?
You know, it's an amazing journey actually to find out, to take these qualities out. I always felt that we have these qualities like diamonds, like the most precious things inside. But with our daily life of 2005, they all get covered. Eventually, with running around, I mean, doing all kind of things. Sometimes even watching half an hour television makes it like that. And simple duties in life even covers this. But with Kundalini, when it comes inside, it is so nurturing, it is so soothing.
Just like a mother.
It is then, but even for some people, mother is not a very great example, but this is an exceptional mother. This is something extraordinary. It blossoms the trees, it makes the whole world just shine.
Yes.
And when we feel these qualities inside, and when we put them in our life, it becomes something extremely satisfying that you cannot change that feeling with anything else.
Yes.
If anybody will ask me, would you like this or that, I will say, I want this only. It is this integration with the unity of the whole well-being in the world.
Right.
It's so amazing.
Because what happens too is that as these centers get nourished within us, these innate qualities start manifesting spontaneously.
Yes.
Mother has so many times mentioned the innate qualities of love, pure love, the qualities of our emotions, our compassion, all those nurturing qualities that a mother has. These areas start becoming replenished, and it's like a tree that's being watered again, a tree that's lost all of its roots. And when you put the water back into the roots, the tree starts blossoming. And this is what happens to us. It happens to every single human being who does awaken the Kundalini, but it's especially important in the women. And one of the aspects of the woman is that she balances and controls the family. And in turn, society gets a great benefit from this. So Heidi, explain a little bit about how this works, because it's so important in this modern world where the women are lacking these qualities now.
Well, a very important part of this process is meditation, but it's very simple because self-realization, as the viewers will find out, because everyone's going to get their self-realization at the end of the program, is the awakening of this energy. It's the awakening of the Kundalini, but once it's awakened, we go out in the street in our lives and we get knocked around, and it needs to be solidified within our being. It's really the mechanism of our spirit in our physical body, or the mechanism of God, if you would like to put it that way.
Also female God.
Male and female
Exactly.
aspects of God.
Sure.
It is the mechanism by which our spirit moves, so we need to nourish it, and the meditation is the nourishment. And what I found when I started meditating, once I had gotten my self-realization and acknowledged that this is what I'd been looking for all my life, and I began to meditate regularly, the changes that I experienced, as I mentioned the one in my marriage, just no need to look to him, no need to fight and argue, although, you know, I still live in a real marriage and it comes up. But
sometimes it's good to argue.
yeah, so it
You know,
feels great.
otherwise it gets
But we
boring,
get over
doesn't
it very
it?
quickly. A lot of recuperation.
Yeah.
But it changed my relationship with my children, because I started to have a tremendous amount of security, because these qualities were coming up in me of all the ones you're mentioning: compassion, satisfaction, collectivity, and opening out to people. I started to feel much more secure, and I also was having a direct experience of my spirit every day, or God. And so I was able to look at my children and not worry about them as much as I used to, and also relieve a lot of guilt that I don't know why I carried it around with me. I think I felt like I couldn't protect my child or something.
Right.
You know, I got my self-realization when I just had 2 small children. Now I have 3, and they're grown up.
But also, excuse me, this guilt is not only do we have it on ourselves, but when we feel it,
The kids feel it.
the children feel it,
And you
the
know what,
husband
Anna?
feels it,
When we
everybody
release it,
feels it.
when we release it,
Everyone.
the kids,
Exactly.
especially the children, it was amazing, because
exactly.
I felt this guilt after a few weeks of meditating. It just lifted off me, and I looked at my son, and we had a moment. I knew. He was like, "Oh, that's over. That's over. Mom, you know, everything with Mom is cool." We had a whole different way of relating. I also could address my children's fears in a way that I never could before.
Also because
you know.
your own fears were being
Because I was
eradicated.
I'm not afraid.
Sure.
You know, I'm the
Exactly.
spirit. So what can
Yeah.
you do to me? What can
Right.
anything do to me? I'm the spirit. So my fears were being, you
Right,
know,
right.
dealt with, so I could deal with theirs.
So with these tremendous experiences that we've all had, I think the audience can get a sense of just how important it is for the woman. The woman is the central focus of the family. I think this is not something that Mother has taught us. This has been with us
It's
for
on the
ages.
T-shirts. If Mom ain't happy, nobody is, right?
Exactly.
You know, it's common knowledge, but no one
Exactly.
knows how to
Exactly. Well,
make Mom happy.
We've forgotten it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. We're
Yeah.
slowly getting away from it. So as the woman being the central focus of the family, she's the one that keeps the balance, and she's the one, through her love, through her nurturing, through her love and compassion, she will actually keep the family together. There's less destruction. And as the family gets stronger, because the woman is stronger, society gets stronger. And this is Mother's main message, that we can get back to these roots, we can actually help in the change of society. So we have a few minutes left. We do have a second part to the show. We will discuss the world problems and how us as females can help in this solutions to the problems of the world as females. But now I just want to let the audience join us just for 1 minute. So just put your right hand towards Mother's photo, left hand up in the air for 1 minute. This clears our right side, our action side. Now just take your right hand, place it on your lap, and take your your right hand towards the earth, left hand on your lap, and just desire now within yourself for self-realization, for the awakening of the mother energy within us. Just desire it in your heart. Now put both hands like this, both hands on your lap, and again put your attention here on your Sahasrara and just desire in your heart for the awakening of the mother Kundalini energy within you. And that's it. Now, in our next program, we're going to be talking about these female powers that we have within us that will help in the balancing of the world. We'll discuss what happens, why so much destruction is going on right now. What is it that is happening where the world is going out of balance? And us as women, as the female powers, we can help in this salvation of the world itself. Just a few more things that I wanted to share with you is that our teacher, Her Holiness Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, is a woman, a grandmother, a wife, a mother, writer. She's been nominated twice for the Nobel Peace Prize, and she actually has been very, very active in opening up a center for abused women in India, a hospital in India where people are treated with vibrations in Sahaja Yoga. She's the one first to expound us as being housewives, cook for our families, have fun and give satisfaction to our families, and yet she's the most active woman I know and that my colleagues know. She's a great example for us. So we would like for all of you to join us in our programs. They're all free. We have programs throughout the United States, of course, but in the tri-state area, Heidi is a local coordinator. So is Nilgun in Long Island. And our programs are always free. Please join us and come and experience our self-realization and just what it means to get, again, connected to your spirit, to get connected to what it means to be not only a woman or a man or a responsible citizen of society, but what it means to be the spirit, to live with the